really heating up now. It reminds me of the good old days, just with a lot less RPG Maker jank.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Aren't trials exciting? I'm glad we ditched the class part. Too much of a mouthful. It wouldn't really make sense either, considering they're all adults. Having minors in games like this gets problematic quickly.
It's a killing game. I think it's already pretty problematic.
Well, all things considered, we're a pretty politically correct killing game.
If all the prisoners are diverse, and we're making them kill each other... Never mind. I'm just surprised one of them actually took the bait and killed someone.
Really now? I thought you believed Ultimates were all
They are. I don't know. It's different hearing stories about it and seeing it in person. I hadn't seen a dead body before we got the crypto asshole to haul 11's body. I figured they were bad, but I didn't know they'd actually kill someone.
Well, keep up motives like you have, and I'm sure they'll keep biting. Endless bloodshed waits for us. Oh, just think how many viewers it'll bring in.
I don't care about our ratings or how many people watch it. It's not about that. It's about spreading our message.
Don't you want as many ears as possible to hear your message? Isn't that how social change happens? As long as we keep bringing in more viewers, then we'll be helping the cause.
I guess so.
The best way to do that is through violence. Everyone wants to see a sick fuck get killed.
Oh, absolutely. I just don't want to cheapen our message for the sake of bringing in more viewers.
Oh, don't you worry about silly things like that.
Don't call me that.
We are entirely committed to spreading the anti-ultimate message and exposing how terrible... Anyway, don't you think it should be time for an ad break? We haven't had one in a bit.
What did we just talk about?
Come on! We gotta keep the lights on in the prison some.
Dracul, it's either you or me, and I know for sure that...
Hey, come on, man. Aren't we narrowing down things a little quickly here? This feels like a big leap to make. I don't want to have to accuse you to defend myself. I can't throw a friend under the bus like that. But I'm serious. I didn't do this. You've got to believe me here. Are we sure there's not some other possibility we haven't considered?
Hey, it's going to be okay. We just want to get to the bottom of things here.
Right. I mean, this feels a little improbable, no? Surely it's more likely someone started.
Sure, they could have, but that would have been real risky. What?
As far as I'm concerned, there's only two bastards who could have done this. It's always the people who act so above everyone, huh? You always think you've got the right to trample over people you...
I promise you, I didn't do this. I'm having trouble processing.
Promises ain't nothing to me. They're all empty as hell. Another word for lies as far as I'm concerned. Actions speak far louder.
Until the two of you can provide a reason why you couldn't have done it, you are prime suspects.
You're really putting me on the spot here. This is a whole lot of pressure.
Yeah, guys. Shouldn't we take a time out or something?
We don't have time for that.
Just because we're under a time limit doesn't mean we should let our judgment get all messed up. I know you guys are scared. Trust me. Jumping onto the first suspect that seems probable just because we're scared of running out of time is just...
This doesn't sound like much of a defense. Sounds like you're just stalling.
You just accused him and me of murder. Of course shit is gonna freeze up. You would as well.
I don't know. If I was you, I'd be scrambling to try and come up with something that disproves you could have been the...
Well, damn. It's easy when it's stupid player decisions I didn't expect, but this feels a lot more serious. I promise you guys, I didn't do this. I'm just hardcore blame.
About poison.
Huh?
When would he have gotten the chance to get it?
I mean, it was free for the taking in the canteen all week, wasn't it?
Yes, but Dracul has, well, for lack of a better phrase, major attachment issues. He constantly seeks either me or Shingo out for mealtimes. He hates eating alone. If I had to psychoanalyze him, I suppose it's just an effect of being raised with so many siblings. He's used to eating with others.
I can back this up too! He'd come to my cell constantly to watch episodes of Melody
He often came to me for advice and to cook together. He seemed to take any opportunity he could to hang out.
What? You guys too? He would constantly come to me to work out and train. Said if Mint and Zeke weren't gonna let me.
He never asked to hang out with me.
Nothing personal, man. I just didn't want.
Point is, Dracul was almost never alone. When on earth would he have gotten the opportunity to get the rat poison without someone else?
So, we're saying Shinku is the more likely option here.
It does seem to line up that way.
He was probably planning on hiding behind his boyfriend. Backstabbing coward.
No. Hold on. I would never hurt Mint, let alone kill him.
Well, Sam, you're willing to throw your other friend under the bus. Wouldn't surprise me if you'd be willing to...
Why on earth would I do that? Ichi had already been picked.
Revenge, maybe? Sorry, it's not a very nice thought, but it's not out of the...
But then, why wouldn't he have gone for me or Fu? We were the ones that got his hostage pushed after he exposed he'd been evil.
Well, succeeding with murder means getting...
If he was angry enough at all of us...
Come on, guys. He's not that heartless. Shin wouldn't do that.
But if you're ruled out due to not having an opportunity to get the...
I don't think we can rule out Dracul.
What?
There was an opportunity for him to get the rat poison. An opportunity where he was alone.
Hey, come on, Shin. I know it's scary getting accused, but come on, man. Let's not turn on each other. That's exactly what this game... I want to clear your name, just as much as you do. You don't need to drag me down to do it.
I'm sorry. I'd feel wrong if I didn't bring this up. Dracul could have gotten the rat poison when he... I've got it! Drac, that night when you went to go search for that strange man that knocked me out?
Yeah, I guess I was. I didn't want to bother anyone with having to stay up with me the whole night, so I searched by myself. But I got Iz to join me for a few hours.
But not for the whole night.
No, just for a few hours.
By that point, Dr. Elenius had already put the rat poison in the canteen. In those few hours, Dracul could have taken it and pocketed it for later use.
Wouldn't that mean he's been planning this for a while now?
Wait, hold the phone. Strange man? This is the first...
I was about to say, what exactly...
The other day, I was walking back from Mint's cell in the middle of the night, and I encountered this strange man, ginger hair, and he's...
And you didn't think to tell us this earlier?
Well, everyone seems so preoccupied with the votes, I didn't think we needed enough...
Dude, this is huge. That guy could have some sort of connection to the people running this. If we were able to capture him, he could have questioned him or at least had some leverage over the higher-ups.
Wait, sorry, I spaced out. Who the hell are we talking about?
Some strange mystery fellow with ginger hair.
Oh, goddammit.
Is this someone we are...
We told him not to speak to any of you. Of course his dumbass stepped out of line.
Who is he exactly?
Oh, he's just a janitor. Don't mind him. If you kidnap him or whatever, you'll be wasting your time. You know, not to mention, he's just really fucking annoying. So if you decide to talk to him,
is that really any way to talk about what?
he's an ultimate just like you lot. Was meant to be in the game, but found out something he shouldn't. We couldn't exactly set him free, but he wasn't exactly participant material anymore. So, we decided to make him work for us as the janitor. Reduce, reuse, recycle.
That's crazy to say about a living, breathing human being.
Kinda glad, to be honest. Since he figured it out, we had to get a replacement prisoner, which just so happened to be Miss Santil over there. And Asuka has been doing us numbers, let me tell you that. Fan favorite in the
What? So, you're telling me I shouldn't even really...
you're still a criminal, don't get me wrong. It's just not exactly the sort of crime we were...
What? This seems really unfair!
That's not fair at all! If I was you, I'd put the Sioux in Asuga!
I think if you're taking someone who organized a killing game to court, then that's the least of the...
I don't mean to interrupt, but we can discuss the implications of that.
So, the purple kid could have gotten the rat poison. That puts him back on the suspect.
Yeah, but it doesn't narrow it down to just him. Sam had an equal opportunity to grab the rat poison and slip it into the mask when Mint was in the shower with me.
Yeah, but if he slipped the poison in, I would have seen it, wouldn't I? Me and Shin were talking the whole time. If either of us had slipped something in Mint's mask, the other would have noted.
That does make sense. That would help clear both of you, wouldn't it?
But that would send us right back to square zero.
It's relieving. I doubted either one of them would have killed someone.
See? I told you it was a third party! Nothing to do with me or Shin. Phew. You guys had me all in.
Me too. Sorry for not helping much.
I understand. I think anyone would have, but you can rely on me, Shin. Don't you worry. I know you're scared, but I'll make sure we don't turn our back.
Yeah, sorry for turning on you.
But if it wasn't in the shower room, when could it have possibly been done?
Maybe we're just missing something.
Oh, God. It feels like we'll never get anywhere. Why couldn't Minty have
You can't be serious.
Let's just try to review this from step 1. We can figure out who it was eventually if we work together.
We know for sure it couldn't have been done at the party. But I don't know what other opportunities people would have gotten.
Guess they could have done it after he was already back in his cell. But the kid probably would have woken up.
Either way, I know me and Shin are in the clear here. We couldn't have slipped in the poison without the other noticing. After all, we were watching each other the whole time.
That's wrong!
Huh? What do you mean? You're making no sense to me today, Shin. We were talking to each other and everything. It clears both you and me. If you're arguing it could have been done without one of us spotting it, you're just incriminating yourself too. And I don't want people to jump on you, Shin. I know you didn't do that.
But there was a point where I took my eyes off you. An opportunity for you to have done it. When Zeke had wine poured all over him, we got Lyra to bring him a change of clothes. And she didn't step into the shower room, did she?
Yeah, no, I don't even want to know what was happening between 4 men in the shower. I stayed in the hallway. Shinku came out of the shower room to collect the clothes.
Well, surely that was too brief of a time frame for Jakul to slip before.
I don't know. We talked for a bit about things. He definitely would have had the opportunity.
And Jakul was by their clothes the whole time. When Zeke and Net took them off, he picked them off the floor and he could have done it fairly quickly.
Shin? You don't seriously think I did this? Hey, Shin, come on. You know I wouldn't do something like this. I can barely plan what I'm gonna have for lunch. How would I have planned all this out? I didn't know Iz was gonna spill wine on Zeke. I didn't know we'd end up in the shower. The odds don't line up at all. I couldn't have planned that Lyra would show up and you'd step into the hallway. I'm not that smart.
What a twist! The prison symbol turns out to secretly be some sort of master manipulator.
I really don't think that.
Uchiyama's right. This doesn't feel like a...
He probably just saw an opportunity and took it. Probably picked up the rat poison that night as a last resort. And saw the perfect opportunity. If Zeke hadn't gotten so buzzed, then he likely wouldn't have gotten into that fight with Miss Prissy. Wouldn't have gotten soaked. Wouldn't...
What? No. No way in hell would I have gotten him killed. This is the killer's fault! I didn't... God.
Why are you, of all people, trying to push this onto someone else? You're one to talk about getting people killed.
Just saying. If he could hold his liquor better, this never would have happened.
Well, if Isabel hadn't thrown the wine over me, we wouldn't have had to go to the showers. She's the one who provoked me in the first place.
Well, if Lyra hadn't gotten you so intoxicated in the first place, then our little altercation...
So it's her fault?
The fault lies in the killer. The person who actively decided to take another life.
All that matters here is this was a compulsive murder.
Drac? Give me a moment here. You guys don't really think I did this?
Well, considering all the evidence...
What the hell do you think, sweetheart?
Hey, hold on. Once again, this lines up way too well, doesn't it? It's way too improbable all these things just so happen to line up.
Exactly. Which would explain how simplistic the murder really was when you boil it down.
It's improbable, but not impossible.
Look, I know it looks bad right now, but just give me a second to think. I swear. I'm just really struggling under pressure here. Come on. You guys believe me, right? Shin, come on. I saved you earlier.
I'm sorry, Drew.
What? But you guys, come on. You can't seriously think I
don't. I really don't think you would have done this. Which is why I'm speechless. Everything is pointing to you doing it. I can't think of any alternative. Trust me, I wish there was something. I wish there was some miracle evidence that pointed to that smile when you folded up Mint's clothes. When we talked about the future. About you enjoying chores like that. Did you know what you were planning to do?
Don't.
No, please don't answer that. You bringing up how we had our eyes on each other. You defending me. It helped me remember that I had stepped out. I don't want this to be the case, but there's no one else it could possibly be.
I've heard enough.
Is Mimi?
Is?
Shinku, I have no idea why you're pushing...
Is Mimi. I don't like it either, but it lines up too...
Even if this seems like the most likely solution right now, it's just too many things lining up too perfectly to possibly make... There must be a different explanation. Dracul would not have done this. I don't particularly enjoy arguing with friends, but if it's what I have to do to say... I don't know why we're ruling out the possibility of someone staying in an intimate cell after the party. Ezekiel's account shows Mint was alone in his cell at night. It's not like he can lock his cell. None of us can. It would have been safer for the killer to do it done anyway. Everyone else was asleep. I just can't understand why you're turning under cool so quickly.
It's unlikely, as we discussed earlier. If someone broke into Mint's cell, it's likely he would have woken up. Mint was the skittish type. And for that to work, he'd have to have been wearing the mask to sleep.
If it was to ease anxiety, he likely did wear the mask to sleep, especially after being surrounded by drunk people the whole night. If Mint was using herbs to quell his anxiety, he likely used them for other things too. It's not a stretch he used them to help him sleep. He'd help make others remedies to help them sleep in the past. A remedy-induced sleep could have been far deeper than regular sleep, allowing the killer to not easily wake him. It seems a lot less risky than trying to tamper with the mask in the showers. Easier to plan as well. Shinku, please. It can't be Dracul. Please, we both know it just can't be Dracul. Don't you realize the killer could have easily snuck into Mint's cell, and no one would have noticed?
I'll rewrite those words.
How on earth would anyone have noticed when half of us were asleep and the other half were in the infirmary? If anything, Dracul's account reaffirms his innocence. If he wasn't in his cell, how on earth would he have...
I'm not denying he was in his cell, but him overhearing Alora and Fu's discussion from his cell proves exactly why someone couldn't have broken to Mint's cell. If the cell walls are that thin that he could overhear that, then Maiko would have clearly heard if there was someone attempting to break.
And I didn't hear anything.
It's Meanie.
You're right. God, you're right.
So, if the cell break theory is a bust, then it's pretty clear
Still, I'd like to give him a chance to voice his side of things before we vote. Even if he is the killer, we should give him a chance to explain himself.
Why the hell should we hear him out if he's the one who killed Mint? He took...
Might he could be really sorry.
Sorry isn't going to bring Mint back.
In the end, he killed because he wanted to. That's enough for me.
We don't know for sure. Listen, Dracul, you must have some sort of explanation.
Dracul, please.
Say something, please.
I don't know what to say. I'm scared.
Is that seriously all you have to say? Christ, say anything. Even if it's lying to save your skin, at least try to...
Even if I was able to pull out some evidence to defend myself, to convince you otherwise.
No, come on. We don't want it to be you. If you could just give us some explanation.
I don't have anything. I'm sorry.
Fine, if you won't vouch for yourself, then I'll just have to do it for you. Stupid man. I hate him so much. Never stepping up when it's needed. Christ, guys like you drive me insane.
Preaching to the choir there is.
Someone still could have broken into Mint's cell. There's one person who could have gone in without having anyone hear them. Someone who had a hostage they wanted to protect. You know who, right, Shinku?
Someone who could have gone into Mint's cell without anyone hearing them. Right. That would be... I've got it! Maiko, your cell is right next to Mint's cell. Asuka obviously wasn't in her cell due to being in the infirmary. You likely would have known they were somewhere else, given they didn't return to the canteen after cleaning up after the party. If you'd snuck into Mint's cell at night, no one could have heard you.
Huh? No, you've got it all wrong. I didn't know Asuka was in the infirmary.
Or is that simply
something you just said to provide yourself with an alibi later.
No, I'm being serious, guys! I didn't do anything! I really, truly pinky promise that I didn't.
Maiko seems like a bigger possibility than a lot of people. She did stay in the canteen after the party, right after everyone left. She could have easily taken.
Why? Why on earth would I do that?
You did seem pretty downtrodden after the party. I was going to check up on you, but I prioritized Ismini because.
Wow, is one bad party really enough cause to kill someone?
I mean, I think it was a buildup of stuff. She seemed really against her hostage being chosen, even to the point that Taki had to volunteer her.
Hey! Anyone would defend their hostage! They're all people we care about!
Not to mention those slippers she always wears. If anyone was able to sneak around without being heard, it would be...
I'm uncertain. I follow the logic here, but there's no evidence to fully...
But is there anything that can disprove her involvement?
Still, there's no way to disprove either plan. It's equally likely that Dracul slipped it in the mask in the showers as Maiko sneaking into Mint's cell and slipping it in then.
But how are we ever meant to figure out which one of them is what happened?
I say we flip a coin. Seems like a fair solution to me.
Seems to me like that would be how we get ourselves all killed.
If you want my bet, I'd say Pinky is the better option.
What?
The other kid being the killer relies on the assumption that he planned it at least a day in advance. It seems unlikely such an opportunity would present itself right after.
Unlikely? Sure as hell not.
Still, it seems more probable Pinky felt bitter after her party, picked up the poison when she was cleaning, and poisoned the other kid while he was sleeping.
Huh. Guess it explains why Mint was the victim, too.
Exactly. She couldn't lie that she heard nothing at night to cover.
Still, I don't know. She gets all skittish about the smallest thing.
Guys,
Such a simple plan would make sense for Pinky too. Not saying either of them are particularly smart, but...
No!
It does strangely line up. I just don't know why we wouldn't have thought about it.
Probably way too confused by the 3 simultaneous murder plots to assume.
It does seem a little too simple to be.
Yeah, it...
Maiko, do you have anything that could disprove it was you?
I'm really bad at situations like this. I told you that I just vote if you accused me, and now you're doing just that.
Hey, we're not trying to dogpile you. We're just... I hope you didn't kill Mint. See things from our perspective here.
I know it does. But you all decided you hate me. You've already decided that if I try to argue, you're just going to yell at me.
I can't tell if this is a confession or not.
Well, if you're trying to get away with it, I doubt you'd confess. You'd keep struggling and then...
I feel more at ease if we had a formal confession.
I doubt we'll be getting anything like that, quite frankly. Besides, we don't have much time left. I say we end this here and save her the humiliation.
Huh? Wait! No!
If you want to save your life, you gotta give us more than...
But it don't seem like anyone's vouching for her, or... I'm not saying it can't still be Dracul. You're looking over things. Huh. I hate to agree with...
No.
Huh?
Maiko couldn't have done this. She isn't the killer. Lay off her. There's no way she could have been the killer. I know that for sure.
And how exactly do you know?
She... come on. Don't rush to vote for her. She's... If you vote for her, then everyone's going to get killed. None of us want that.
Dracul?
How are you so certain all of a sudden?
I don't know.
Dracul, are you saying...
I don't want Maiko to get hurt. That wouldn't be fair on her. That wouldn't be fair on any of you. This isn't worth it. I couldn't live with myself if...
I'm glad you're defending me, but Dracul, does this mean...
You really have nothing to say?
Well, if he's not saying my Maiko can't be the killer.
We found our killer!
Well, once again, I prefer a proper confession.
He took Mint's life, and he doesn't even have the guts to...
I just can't believe it.
We've known it for a while, though, haven't we? I think some of you just didn't want to believe it. But
Well, nothing to be done about it if the kid isn't gonna fess up.
I suppose so.
Yes, we can't let the time limit expire! I don't want to.
Well, if Tremblay isn't going to provide a confession or defense...
Hang on! Wait! No, come on guys, don't vote me like this. I just got overwhelmed for a second there, but I swear this wasn't me. I would never hurt someone. Come on. Shin.
Dracul, it all points to you. I don't know what to tell you.
I can't die like this, Shin. Please, just hear me out, okay? I didn't do this. I'll prove it to you. It can't end like this. I'd never hurt Min like that. I'd never hurt anyone. Please, Shin. Please. Please, Shin. I'd never hurt Min like that. I'd never hurt anyone. Shin, come on. I wouldn't betray everyone like that. You're really scaring me here. Are you actually serious about this? We can work through this together. I believe in us. I couldn't betray you or Iz like that. I couldn't betray you or Iz like that. Can't you see this game is trying to turn us against each other? Can't you see this game is trying to turn us against... That time we spent together? You know I wouldn't do that. That time we spent together? I don't want to die. I don't want to let anyone down. Come on, please. You know this can't be me. I mean, what reason would I even have to do this?
I'll rewrite those words.
You were scared of your mother getting chosen, weren't you? That would have impacted your whole family. That's why you took the rat poison. Just in case. And I'm sure when you found yourself alone with a little help from the alcohol, I'm sure it seemed like a good idea at the time.
You really are something amazing, Shin. I always wanted to meet you. You don't have any idea how much your books meant to me and my sisters. I always thought if I did, I'd find someone just like me. But you're better than me. What you make aren't just stories. You can actually bring that talent to life. I'm just a big coward hiding behind fantasy. Hiding behind my... But I can't protect anyone, really. I take the easy way out at the first sign of conflict. I'm sorry. I didn't know that getting out meant everyone else died. When I learned that, I could hardly live with what I'd already done. How on earth was I meant to live with everyone's deaths on my back?
You...
Well, guess we found our culprit.
Maybe I've been dozing off, or maybe it's the lack of sleep, but I'm not sure Do we think we can take this from the top? Explain exactly how Minty died?
Yeah, it still seems strange. Drag is just so nice. If it was explained clearly, I think I'd feel a lot more confident.
Alright. If we must, then... unravel this case for you. It all started with Mononeko introducing the hostage motive, with all of us having to vote a hostage once per day to experience some sort of punishment. Nearly everyone was shaken by this motive, particularly the killer. As the days went on, their anxiety about keeping their hostage safe grew larger. A few days later, the killer was patrolling at night, searching for the mysterious stranger. During these patrols alone, the killer picked up and pocketed some of the rat poison from the cans. They picked up the poison as a last resort, just in case they need to take action they'd inevitably take the next day, right? But importantly, before the party, Ezekiel and Lyra had various pre-drinks and crushed up. These put Ezekiel into a state of inebriation. He was more aggressive and disruptive when he eventually... This state of intoxication led him into getting into a fight with his Mimi. A fight that ended with Ezekiel being drenched in wine. This caught everyone's attention, so much so that no one noticed Taka had left the party earlier. Me, Mint, and the killer agreed to take Ezekiel to the shower room to get him cleaned up. Mint helped Ezekiel get undressed and removed his own clothes so as to not get them wet in the shower. Me and the killer stayed outside the main shower area at Ezekiel's request. It was at this point I stepped outside the shower room to receive a spare change of clothes for Ezekiel from Lyra. While I was outside having a brief conversation with her, the killer took their opportunity to slip the rat poison they received. The lavender and various other herbs stuck into the mask helped to mask any indication they'd been added. At Ezekiel and Mint's request, me and the killer left the shower room, running into Michael on the way back. The three of us shared a brief conversation and went back to our cells for the night. Mint and Ezekiel returned to their cells shortly after us. Mitt going into his own cell after helping Ezekiel, likely due to the anxiety of having to deal with drunk people all night. Mitt kept his mask on in bed, which just meant all night he was breathing in the toxic fumes. Meanwhile, Fu had tracked down Taka after he left the party earlier. Driven by a drunken desire to keep his daughter safe, he attacked the boy, hoping to kill him. However, before he could, Asuka jumped in the way and took the stabbing her. Asuka had been helping clean up after the party and was walking to put certain supplies away. Despite their recent conflict with Taka, they couldn't see him get hurt. Horrified at this, Fu helped Taka bring Asuka to the infirmary, clearly not wanting anyone who reminded him of his daughter to get hurt. He left Taka in the infirmary with Asuka, and he refused to leave her side. Fu went to Dr. Elenius' cell to request her help. Dr. Elenius quickly rushed into the infirmary to provide Asuka with medical assistance, later making up a lie to she did so as to not distract from Mitt's killer, and to make sure the trial stayed on track. The killer, who could not sleep due to anxiety over what he'd done, overheard this conversation. The next morning, everyone except Dr. Elenius, Asuka, and Taka gathered in the canteen as usual. Typically, we'd eat breakfast, but we held off due to their absence, a decision that proved life-saving as the breakfast had been laced with cyanide. But before we could go search for the 3 absent prisoners, the poison Mitt had been breathing in all night finally made his lungs fully shut down, and he collapsed in front of everyone, including the killer, causing widespread shock and confusion. And the killer who caused Mitt's deterioration and ultimately took his life can only be one person, that being you, Dracul Tremblay, the ultimate dungeon master.
It really is you, isn't it? You really did. Oh my god. I'm such an idiot.
Well, I suppose this goes to show anyone can kill, given the right circumstances.
I didn't want to believe it, but it...
I just wanted to protect my mom. I just wanted to make sure. I just didn't want to be a coward again. I couldn't let them get hurt because of me. I never wanted things to end up like this. I thought the rat poison would work quicker. I thought he'd die in his sleep. I couldn't sleep all of last night. When I saw him this morning, I thought maybe I'd messed up, that the poison didn't work. But then he fell still and... Dracul.
Are you serious? Are you seriously giving him pity after... Him regretting it means nothing. In the end, he still did this. He's got no right to cry. None at all. God damn it. Why the hell didn't you try and poison me?
He probably doesn't have an answer. The bottom line was, it was just...
It just happened. Mint's mask made it easy to poison him. It's awful to think that some...
But in the end, it wasn't anything personal, was it?
What?
It's awful. I mean, I didn't specifically target him. When he left his mask there, I thought about what he did to his dad. How could anyone do that to their family? I know I didn't know the full story, but even doing... And everyone just seemed to be okay with it. I thought... Then he started offering his mom up to be tortured. When his mask was left unattended, I thought I could save her as well, if he wasn't going to track.
What the hell made you?
I know I didn't. I couldn't let my family get hurt.
I don't care. I don't want to hear it. Can't we just hurry up and vote for him already? I don't want to see...
Wait!
Well, if you're all ready to vote, then we might as well. And you got there within the time limit.
I know we found the killer, but
I thought I'd feel way more relieved.
Maybe you'll feel better about the whole thing when you've got confirmation you're right. This concludes our first trial. Feel free to vote for who you, yes you, hope you get it right.
I've always been a coward. I was so scared of being told off. I hate myself. I hate how scared I get. When things get tough, I fall silent. I try to ignore what's happening. I always run away right when it matters. I just let people down. I've just been pretending since I was young. I thought I'd figure it out eventually. I don't have it figured out like other people do. I always feel so behind. I feel like I was terrified of anyone hating me. I wanted to be the hero my sisters saw me as. That's why I just kept lying. I thought maybe if I kept lying and I'd never let anyone down, but that's not how it. I'm not anyone's savior. I'm just me. I'm sorry. I know that sounds hollow, but I wish I could be that person my sisters needed me to be. I wish I could be the friend I was serious about, wanting to stay friends after all of this. Shin, you probably don't remember it, but I wasn't lying at the party. I really did want to go to those stupid fast food places with you. I'm sorry. We'll never get to do that campaign together. I'm sorry that I wasn't the person you thought I was. Oh God, I don't want to die. I can't die being this kind of person.
Oh, is that what you really want? I can certainly... Everyone, get ready for the heart-pounding execution of Drekol Tremblay. Let's give him one last chance to be a hero. Better make it count, Drekol.
Hold on! No!
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
These dropped off. I managed to grab them. I thought maybe... I can't imagine, but sometimes, even if you hate someone, you don't want to forget. So, if you'd like...
Hello, prisoners. I figured we could have an exciting end to such a heart-pounding day. Sorry for springing this on you, but what's life without a little surprise, So I'm happy to start our second episode of... Of course they did it! Fair and ultimate! We've had so much boy-on-boy action lately. It's unfair. Especially since people into these games typically I thought we'd balance it out a bit by focusing on 3 girls today. Let's all come together to celebrate some women's Our 3 lovely ladies will be exposing today Prisoner 02, Lyra Chattel, Prisoner 04, Takiko Uchiyama, and Prisoner 12, Molly Yuzuki. Wait, she calls herself Maiko around you, doesn't she? But we'll unpack that later. Let's get started on seeing what exactly landed Prisoner 02. If she didn't make it obvious from the constant talk about popping Xanax and who knows what. Ever since she was very, very young, Lyra has always had a proclivity for substances, let's just say. Who cares what it is? Who cares how it's made? If it exists, Lyra wants to try it. But these things cost money. And so instead of taking up a shitty minimum wage job as a teenager, Lyra sourced her primarily from selling, distributing, and dealing these substances, upcharging, and of course, doing this sort of thing often leads you to get in hot water with some not-so-nice people. But whenever things got too dicey, Lyra would put on the puppy eyes and play up the poor homeless teenage girl trying her best who just got dealt a bad hand. Of course, she had no intentions of actually changing. If anything, she saw the poor sod stupid enough to take. And if not that, people able to take the fall if her past caught up to her or she got into hot water in whatever, ditching them just as quickly as she joined them, abandoning them without a word to cover her debts or face the consequences of her pissing them, just to continue the same old cycle again and again with whoever. This cycle only broke when she was offered her talent, a title she was only offered because Hopespeak wanted to shut up her criticisms of the Ultimate system. Her little radio debates spread the anti-Ultimate message no matter where she was. For a while, she was a great asset in the cause, but it's unsurprising given her history that all it took for Hopespeak to shut her up. No matter what she says, she'll always jump the fence whenever the grass looks greener on. Anyway, let's move on just as quickly as Lyra does, and talk about what Prisoner 04. You might be wondering, how could someone as sweet and young, she's only 18, what could she have possibly done? You can practically already hear her fans running to defend her. Speaking of those fans, Takiko is aware of how overprotective, rabid, and obsessed her fanbase is. She's similarly aware that if she even mentioned someone was rude to her or hurt her in any sort of way, even vaguely, her fandom will always rush to harass. So whenever some adult online annoyed Takiko, frustrated her, or she took to sending out a little message on one of her socials about them, acting as cute and unaware lets her fanbase do the rest. Whether it be death threats, harassment, doxing, she just likes knowing she has the power to do it. She likes having that love. She must do. Why else would she continue to do it? Especially after how many times she's seen her fanbase make someone private or, much worse, in one or two cases. But I suppose in her eyes, if someone was harassed to the point of suicide, then if people had nothing to harass them over, her fanbase wouldn't bring them to that point. They were probably just a creep or a weirdo who's, well, we all tell ourselves what we want to hear. Of everyone's favorite internet idol who profits off of forming a parasocial sibling relation, let's talk about a wannabe idol. Oh, Molly. You've always been so never feeling quite American, never feeling quite Japanese, stuck between two worlds. I say X because you haven't seen her in many years, have you? She cut you off. Oh, how about we see why? Ever since you were a child, you've always adored Yui. She was everything you couldn't be. Driven, determined, and you wanted to be close to her in any way you can. You changed your name to Maiko to be Japanese, just like hers. You felt you could do anything, as long as she was with you. So when you learned you'd gotten scouted, you didn't want to leave her behind. So knowing Yui was determined to push through the idol industry and establish herself as a successful idol on her own terms, you thought you could help her get an ultimate. Sabotaging all the competition, anytime there was a contender for ultimate idol, you would do online cancellation attempts, trying to get them blacklisted, stalking, blackmailing them, tampering with backstage production to cause career, and that spotlight that you made crush that idol, you got her hospitalized. She was only 16. Molly, you have ruined countless lives trying to get Yui a title she eventually got by you trampling all over her dreams of doing it by herself. So why were you so surprised after you'd revealed all the awful things you'd done to Yui? You just couldn't accept, I never want to see you again. That's why you still insist she's your best friend. It's why you cyberstalk her and follow everything she does online. You are desperate for her to see you again. And aware your desperation is what caused you to be hated by. And that concludes our second episode of Course They Did It! I hope you enjoyed, or were at least a little surprised. Don't forget to vote on whether you believe they are each corrupt or worthy of redemption. I can't wait to see how these three are judged. I'm sure we'll have some fascinating... I'll see you again soon!
God, this homework is killing me. What's the point in getting good grades if I'm just gonna end up working a shitty fast food job no matter what degree I get?
No, like, tell me about it. I want to drop out and become an influencer, but my stupid bitch mom wants me to stay in school.
I mean, with them getting rid of subsidized healthcare, it's probably a good idea.
Ooh, why can't I just marry a rich guy? Like, I know feminism and all, but it would... Wait, I heard something. Did your brother just come home?
Yeah, probably. But he'll just go straight to his room.
What? No way.
Why? He's just a loser who writes books all day.
Hello? He's literally Shinku Kutsuki. He's the ultimate crime.
Oh, he's gonna be like loaded, right? Kari?
No way. Whatever, don't mind him. Let's just get on with his stupid homework.
Well, to be honest, I only really came over because I wanted to meet him.
Very funny.
We can't just not meet him now. I'm not going to be able to focus.
Oh, let's get him to help with the homework. He'll be able to figure this stuff out for
Totally. Ah, I'm so excited.